Good afternoon, everybody. It is August the 12th, 2014. This is my first video, and I'm going to touch on a few touchy topics on on today. First topic that I want to start on is the um, the unnecessary tragedies that are happening to young African Americans. I just discovered that um, a young unarmed black teenager was killed. God rest his soul. I didn't know the man personally, but what from what I've understand is that the key word unarmed kind of gave it away. And a part of me wanted to question myself, okay, are we really going to do this? Are we really trying to repeat history again? Like what is up with these officers feel the need to take lives, young lives, on top of that, for no apparent reason. And I know the officers know that they don't have no weapons on them in the first place. Like what 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 goes into an I don't know what goes into the officer's mind to take a young black person's life. Like I know my parents taught me from right from wrong. And it's like I don't understand how this something like this could have happened. And like it seemed like this is happening after generation after generation after generation after generation. And it's like what's the like why is it that the young black men and or women are getting killed for minding our own business? I don't understand that. I'm so confused. Like I can't even imagine how the parents feel right now for losing their son like that in that matter. Because I can tell for a fact that they raised that young man very, very well. I can tell that they did. And I don't understand. I'm tired of seeing tragedies like that happen to people like me. I don't understand that. Like, what justifies you to take another person's life, already knowing that they didn't have a weapon on them in the first place? I mean, I never realized we already have to work harder in society already. That's enough work already. Okay? It's not easy being a person in my skin tone. It's not. It's not. It's extremely hard. It's hard. I'm very fortunate enough to still even be alive, and that's just me being very very honest. You know, because it seems like nowadays these victims are getting killed in their teenager years. Why are officers even harassing? I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing, because otherwise they would never been provoked to kill the young black youth like that. Obviously they're harassing them for unnecessary reasons. So, like, why do you feel provoked to take another person's life for no apparent reason, knowing that they're unarmed? I know for a fact that this is a touchy topic, so I'm gonna be very very careful. I never realized that taking out the trash, playing loud music, having a Snapples and Skittles, and I it I never realized that those things that I just mentioned can make us a potential threat in today's society. I don't understand. I don't understand. Because I know for a fact that it makes no sense to me. It just seems like some people just prefer to live in the past. I, heed you that it is 2014. Why are we getting killed for minding our own business. I want to understand. I honestly want to understand. I'm so confused. Like it like I don't understand. I can't even imagine what the pain that that those parents are going through right now that just lost their son. I can't even imagine how it feels to lose a child. I've never been a parent. I know it's extremely painful because parents work hard. I understand and I commend y'all parents. Literally. I commend you, all of you. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine the pain, the frustration. You tend to question yourself. Why? Like, why? Is it your environment? I know you taught your child right from wrong, because I know my parents. They taught me right from wrong. I know for a fact they did. Because if not, I would have been in so much trouble. I'm fortunate enough to get a high school diploma, associate's degree, and bachelor's degree, and got honors while getting an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree, and my GPA was over 3.0. Trust me, I'm a very smart young man, and I know the difference from right and wrong. And if I can recall correctly, um, you're taught certain things and you learn certain things. Racial profiling and discrimination is not taught in schools. Stuff like that is learned, not taught. And the environment that you stay in also plays a factor too. So learning again plays a factor in this. So I don't understand. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. I'm tired of seeing history happen like that. I'm really getting tired of seeing a young black man getting killed for unnecessary reasons. I'm getting real sick and tired of seeing stuff like that. It bothers me. It baffles me. It's like oh my god, do y'all really hate us that much for minding our own business? I'm being careful now, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. Um, Anywho, I also want to talk about another touchy topic about the Ebola disease that's happening in Africa. I noticed that that's a very deadly disease that has wiped out almost 1,000 people. That's a lot of people. And then you have two Americans who are back in the United States. They're in Atlanta, Georgia, as we speak. And out of nowhere, you have a cure for that disease, but yet y'all having debates on not sending that cure back to Africa. I understand that their money is not they can't afford that, but they need that really bad in this case. They have a lot going on over there besides that disease. Of course, the HIV and AIDS, that's real bad down there too, but at the same time, they need some assistance. And I don't understand why that's even being a discussion. They need some help. They need that cure immediately. Send some over there. It should even be a debate. Period. It should even be a debate. And another thing, as far as I know, it's in today's society, it seems like nowadays everything seems to be backwards. Like why? Like why? Like I don't understand. Like I'm going to backtrack on the unnecessary killings of young black youth. And I can't even imagine. I have younger siblings, and I can't even imagine what pain that I would go through if I lose a sibling. If that were to happen to them on how the way that young man was killed. And then the fact that y'all don't want to release the name of the officer who killed that young man. Oh, y'all really setting yourselves up for that one. Y'all really setting yourselves up for that one. Y'all need to stop living in the past. We mind our own business. You mind yours. It's not right for y'all to harass us when we mind our own business. We already have to work hard. I've stated that earlier, but we have to work hard each and every time. Nowadays, now we probably can't even go nowhere by ourselves. We can't be do that no more. We can't, because it seems like nowadays all these unnecessary killing by these officers. What? I don't understand how these officers are so easily provoked by someone who's unarmed. It's already bad enough that as a black man, I go through a lot of stereotypes. I speak proper English. Do I get backlash from that? Oh, of course. From my own ethnicity, I'm kind of surprised about that too. And I tend to wonder why. I mean, that's not going to change anything. I'm sorry, but I can't change for nobody. That I've spoken like this for years, and I've gotten a lot of respect and backlash from it. So I'm not going to change for nobody. I'm sorry, but you can't satisfy everybody in this world. And another thing that I like to address, in today's society, we need to do better. We really, really do. It's already bad enough that I dislike black on black crime. That's just, to me, that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. It doesn't resolve anything. Yet, crime in general doesn't resolve anything. Taking another person's life doesn't resolve anything. It doesn't resolve anything. We, the people of the United States, need to put childish things away, because I know in this world that we were taught to do right from wrong. If you know you're doing something wrong, stop doing it. Don't continue to do wrong to justify your homeboys or your homegirls. That doesn't resolve anything, because at the end of the day, who are you trying to impress other than your friends or your associates? I understand, officers, that I know y'all always gotten a lot of backlash throughout the years, but in this case that happens in Ferguson, Missouri, I don't know. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that happen to people in my skin tone. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. It's like I don't I can't even justify an officer to think that that was the right thing to do, despite the fact that that officer knew he didn't have no dangerous weapon on him whatsoever. But you know what? If he goes on trial, because if he goes on trial and he gets a not guilty verdict, I won't be surprised, because I mean, hey, if it were us and our skin tone, we'd be put to jail if we would commit a crime. But oh, if it was another person for another ethnicity, oh, they have a disorder. How did you even? I'm like, oh really? Oh, so you saying they've been crazy the entire time? Well, if I can recall correctly, crazy people don't take out don't, based on the crimes I heard about, that the shootings in schools and the movie theaters, trust me, that took a long time for them to plan that out. Trust me, they're far from crazy, because they knew exactly what to do from the very beginning. Once they stepped inside those schools, that movie theater, and harassing people of my skin tone. It's a process. It's a process. They're not crazy. They're actually smart, because they were never even knew exactly what to do the entire time. Crazy people don't do stuff like that. They take the time out to see if those things work. Come on now, you can't just diagnose someone for being crazy because they shoot up a movie theater in school. That makes no sense. That doesn't even seem fair, especially if it's another ethnicity. Because if it were a person of my skin tone, oh, we get like 80 years to life or 2 life sentences. I mean, I know I'm being very careful with my words. I'm being very careful with my words when it comes to these topics. America, y'all need to do better and stop being so one-sided when it comes to judging a judgment. Because I'm really am starting to question on where this country is going because I understand that as a young black man, I'm not gonna tell my age because I want to keep my youth. uh, as a young black man, I'm really concerned about the future on the way on the way this country is going because I how the way the judicial system has been acting towards us for years, it's been up and down. And based on how the way what went down in Ferguson, Missouri, here we go again. Like, come on now. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. I understand that the riots are going on over there right now, and I understand that's not going to resolve the situation. That's not going to make it any better. But we're just trying to make a point that enough is enough. It's too much. When I saw that picture of that young man, I was like, okay, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. This is way too much. I I I it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. Come on, people. It's time to put away childish things. It's time to put away childish things because I know every person in the world knows from right from wrong. If you know you're doing something wrong, s- stop yourself and think because you're the only person that can make a big difference on how the way you think. Y'all take care. God bless.